just something that goes right to your soul when you see
Yeah.
the student just, oh my God, this is so great. I never
That's
thought I'd be
it?
able to do that.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I have to do. And it's like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's so many distractions in the world for students too. So as teachers, we need to be very creative and artistic almost to show them what's out there for them. So, yeah, well, this is
Chris,
amazing.
Yes.
did you want to take a look at what John had planned for transit mapping while we're sitting here?
Yes.
All
I'll
right.
be right there.
Well, you can stay there. You see high pack, right? I can walk you through it from there.
Okay, walk me through it.
All right. So we are finishing up here. Can you see the Herc symbol?
Yep.
All right. So he has us coming in to cover this gap in the Oki data.
Okay.
And then...
That looks great.
Yeah, I know. It's very exciting. Very excited about that part. Straight down over the coverage. Has us paralleling that gap there.
Okay.
So 6 to 7. Straight through the coverage, paralleling coverage here, and then over to our transit line that we came up on.
Okay, and then we're going to go down the west side of that first swath, right?
Yep, he has us coming down the west side of our transit over the seamounts.
Uh-huh.
And then, where do we end? Oh my gosh, we're going all the way there. So is this the first seamount we're going back to?
No, well, that's at waypoint 17 is all the further back that we need to go.
Yep, right. So then are we going to go map this one, like finish this map?
Well, what we're going to do is, if the timing's right, then we'll cut across and start another line up the other way and go right back up if the time is right and the storm is passed, or we stay down there and finish it if we have to wait a bit longer.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, that's all. Thank you.
I have to confess. I love sitting next to you. I get to see, I get to hear what everybody tells you and get to see what everybody's showing you.
Well, this is what Aaron and I and John, we spend a little bit of time on that because this is how you plan efficiency here and how you can take advantage of where we are and try to come up with the optimal activity and how to get there and what to do that's really productive.
Yeah, and then I get to see your pictures on your iPod. So, yeah.
I think you get a little bored if you had to look at all 8,000 of them, but...
Well, I do want, you mentioned guides, guides for identification.
Yep.
If you have a simple, maybe one of your simpler ones.
I don't have a real simple one.
A PDF or...
Because the simplest one we got still has 5,000 images in it. That's the one that's online on the Okeanos Animal Guide that's online.
Okay.
But I'll show you this. Right?
Yeah, or maybe can you send me the link?
No, I'm going to show you right now. All you got to do is Okeanos Animal Guide. Oops. It has a lot of these Latin names, and some people may get intimidated by that, but you don't have to learn the names if you don't want to. It's just kind of fun flipping through the folders and seeing what types of weird crabs are down there.
Yeah. I love to have...
See, Benthic Deepwater Animal Identification Guide. This is version 3 that's up there now that was created in 2017 or 18, I think. Here's your landing page. And you can go scroll down. There's a little bit of text that we wrote up just kind of explaining the guide. Oops. Got this thing. Then you go down here and there's some keys because each of the pictures has some little, it has a header on it with some keys. So there's a little depth indicator color box. And this explains what, on each of the photos, it's just an idea of what depth to expect to find that animal.
Okay.
That's the key. And then we also have a region key. Where was that photograph of that animal taken? And so it could be we haven't done anything with the Atlantic yet or the Indian or the Mediterranean. So everything we've got in there now is the Pacific. But this is for when we start incorporating other regions. And then you got little codes for each region: American Samoa, Howland and Baker, Johnston Atoll, Line Islands, Mariana, the Marianas, main Hawaiian Islands, musicians, Wake, etc.
Uh-huh.
And then a little bit of credit to the guys down in the Stennis Space Center who did got it all set up to go onto the web. It has all of the specialists that help us double check all of our figures in our pictures to make sure our identifications were as good as they possibly could be from imagery. So you can see there's about 8 arthropod experts that helped us with the identification. And look at all the coral people, including Scott France, who was on the chat most of the day. And then here are the echinoderms, other invertebrate sponges, and fishes. And there's Dr. Ken Sulak right there. He's second on the list, and he's been on.
Oh.
And so, and it just kind of explains it. And then if you see some errors, which they do sometimes, the taxonomists will say, I'm not so sure about that. I think you got that wrong. I think it's this because. And they contact one of the people there to make corrections for the next version.
Or they remulagorgidae you.
Yeah. So, and it does need to be updated. And then the way you get into it is, you see this block right here? You just click on this block, and it brings up the main animal groups. And let's say you want to look at arthropods. So you click on arthropods. And then you can go down here, and let's say we'll pick crabs. You pick the crabs, and then there's 3 categories of crabs. And let's do king crabs.
Oh, those are delicious.
And it's going to come up. And here are all your pictures of your king crabs.
Oh.
And then just click on one. And it brings it up. Okay, and what you're seeing on this header is this P is for the Pacific Ocean. NHI is the code for the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. The depth code tells you the picture was taken between 1,000 to 2,000 meters. That's the family name of the crab. That's the species name of the crab. And this is the reference. So this is the exact time code for that particular image in case anyone wanted to go back and try to look at video and request the video itself or get more pictures of it. That's the time code. And this is the organization where the picture comes from. In this case, it was the NOAA Ocean Exploration and Research. And the guide I've got yet on my iPad, which hasn't been posted yet, has Nautilus, and it has their emblem, and it has Hurl, and it has Falcor, and we're trying to combine all of the ships together. And then if you want that photo, you say, God, that's a great looking photo. I want a screensaver. You right-click on it, and you can save image. And you
just like you do with Google.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So that's one way you can do selectively, just pick pictures. And then if you don't like this header, you just want the picture itself. One of the reasons I put this in a header is some people don't like that. You can crop it out. Photoshop if you don't. I don't care if, you know, maybe the organizations care, but I don't care if it's credited. It just use the picture, you know, and and there you go.
Thank you.
So but in the bottom there, they have some more information on here, a little bit more higher order taxonomy of what it is.
Yeah. And I'm curious about the microbes that are in the ocean. Is there a guide for that too?
You got to ask Beth about that, because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that resource. Oh. Let's see.
Okay, have you explored the northern Pacific yet? It's around the Farallon Islands. So there have been dives around the Farallon Islands, and you can go to, I think, the Nautilus website or the NOAA's Office of Ocean Exploration and Research, and they've got sort of atlases to show where they've been, and you can access photos and data from where they've been. What was the other thing? I was thinking of. There's another great resource if you're interested in corals and sponges. It's called the Deep Sea Research and Technology, Deep Sea Coral Research and Technology Program. And they have an online map interface to all of their data and you can draw a box around the area that you're interested. In this case, the viewer is interested in the Farallones in San Francisco. Draw a box around there, and you can get all of the information or observations that are in that database right now on corals and sponges around that area, and you can download them yourself. That's a NOAA resource, and I'll show you what it looks like since you're sitting next to me. You just do deep sea coral research and technology program. So DSCRTP, and it comes right up. NOAA's Deep Sea Coral Data Portal, and you click on it. Takes a moment because it's a little slow here on the ship.
Yeah.
And here it is, the welcome landing page. Scroll down a little bit, and it has digital map and database, data search, discovery, and download. And you can just click on the map. Here it comes. There's a ton of data in this, so it takes a minute or two to come up. And there you go. So all of these colored dots represent all of the data that they've got all around Alaska, the Bering Sea, and I can see a lot of dots. I'm going to see if I can zoom in. Oops. Let's see. Here's the zoom. Okay. Scroll down a little bit. Let's see if I can remember where California is. I mean, there's Los Angeles, a little south of Mexico. There's San Francisco. I see a lot of dots. And then I'm going to, let's see, draw my box. I think all I got to do is to just click on, left click. Oops, nope, that doesn't work. Let's see, where's the box thing? Is that it? It's hard to see in this light. Click it, drag map. Okay, where is this thing? I know where this is. We can try data download, but I'm sure they've got a box. I'm just not seeing it at the moment where you can draw a box around your site. Let's try the data download button. Well, this is how you, I'm not going to download the data, but this is, you can actually use the map extent, so you can zoom into the exact site that you want and then click on that data download and it'll give you all the data right away. Where is that box? I know there's a box. I was just using it a little while ago. Seeing it. Let's see here. Nope. Uh oh, this is ridiculous. I'm having a senior moment. If it's just the extent of the screen.
Well, there's so much data here.
There's so much data all over the world in the Pacific, and all the data from this cruise is going to be in there too when they finish annotating it.
Yeah, someone was asking earlier in our questions, where is all of the data saved?
Well, when the video is annotated, it'll be sent to this database and it'll be mounted into this free internet database. I know this is here. I don't know why I'm being so blind.
there's a tiny little fish or
Oh yeah, looks like a
shrimp.
fish. Oh, I can't believe it. It's here. Like I said, I was just doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm having a scene. What is this? But
Well, we can take a look at another time.
well, I'll tell you what I can do. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna zoom into that area, San Francisco, and then use the map extent to extract the data that we want. There's California, which is another way. That's kind of like you can do this in ARC too. So there's San Francisco. I keep zooming in so I don't get too big of a set here. And you just see, even when you zoom in, you see how many data points there are here.
Mm-hmm.
I know what we can do just for fun. Let's go into San Francisco Bay here.
Are we, oh, we're at 66 meters? Cool.
Stinking.
Oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
That was late for the pilot stress out. Usually
right,
we've had this conversation by now.
We want to do a data download.
What are you doing? Where are we going?
The data query.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, fix it now.
Go ahead, Doug.
You're at 50 meters. Are you ready for control or ready for recovery?
We say we're not at 50 meters, we're at 60.
Custom data or the standard data? So
Roger, understood, sorry.
I don't know. You guys tell me.
see how this goes from the ship. But it's not a big download. There's maybe 20 observations within the bay itself, so it's easy.
Oh, okay.
Deck control, we're at 50 meters.
That's the
full
process.
stop.
I think probably from home,
Roger that,
you
understood.
see that little box we use a lot of
Control
boxes
van deck,
data.
are you clear for recovery?
Good for
Yeah.
recovery?
Okay. Thank you.
We're good for recovery.
We have
Roger that, understood. Control van is ready for recovery.
Okay.
Bridge deck.
Kind of long here.
Deck bridge.
I run a lot of video.
Bridge, are we
production
clear
stuff
for recovery?
for my school?
You can
And I'm
proceed.
interested in your live
Roger that,
streaming
understood.
processes
Coming up.
and methods, including software, hardware, and system management.
Well, that's not something we're going to be able to answer. That's the technicians here on the ship.
Yeah.
That's a very complicated question, I think.
Yeah. Well, for this viewer, I guess if he goes to nautiluslive.org and go to science and technology, there is some information there about telepresence. That's all I can think of. Yeah. Oh, I really
Do you want
enjoyed
a
our
little bit of a
watches
bearing change? Are
today,
you worried?
and
It's good.
all the questions that came
Uh-huh.
along with it. So I can't wait to see the pictures. Like, that is going to take a long time to go through. They're already going through. I'm
Yeah.
missing out already.
Oh,
Okay.
me? Yeah, that's between you guys. Yeah, no, I mean, I do it. I'm also supposed to ask if you're done, but it's not for me, it's for you. That's all right, no worries. I just felt powerful there for a moment. No one ever asked me about the mess up.
I thought she was asking me, and I was like,
What even are you
I don't
talking
know,
about?
let me think about it.
May I keep the mess up?
Bridge deck.
That was bridge deck.
Go ahead.
Bridge, can you turn the lights on the satellite dish for some more lights on the aft deck?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that viewer who was asking about the farallones, he found information with the tips you were able to give. So, yeah, I wonder if that viewer can write his or her name. It's nice to have those names and questions or tips together.
Oh, terrific.
So, yeah. We have another question here. How much of the Papahānaumokuākea has been mapped? Andy, do you know?
I asked Chris that question before
they won't want
we
to do a
come
heading
up here,
change,
but
we could do a bearing. Like we can, so
shallow
towards
water.
maybe just direct north.
And most of the features
Are you
sticking
sure?
up
Okay.
from the abyssal seafloor.
Control van, Herc's off,
Yeah.
pretty
It's
off to
just
starboard
the
there.
very mud bottoms in between.
Roger, we're
seamounts
gonna
and
put in a
banks
bearing
that there's
change
some
for the ship.
gaps.
Roger that.
So maybe
Bridge nav.
40%.
Can you maintain heading and change
the
bearing to
entire
000 and
monument,
keep streaming forward? Thank you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but after this cruise, I think almost all of the seamounts in the monument will have been mapped.
Oh, that's great.
I think.
But it's pushing
so all we're leaving is all that space.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Right. Kind of the abyssal areas.
The abyssal areas. Okay.
So we're going with 40% on that.
In Welsh.
Yeah, don't change the heading. We're just asking to adjust the bearing a little bit to get the vehicle.
Control van, we're going to hold Argus here as you come around a bit.
Thank you for that question, April.
Roger.
I'm glad you found information.
No, I want you to hold heading and make a bearing
change
to
to
000.
Do the recovery.
Oh, okay.
So, folks, we really
we're just the
enjoyed
vehicles
today.
are not streaming behind the ship. We're trying to get Herc behind the ship is all.
And we look forward to seeing
do what you feel
again
is reasonable to do that.
as a viewer, and we're going to let
Herc
the
is
pilots
currently
get
off
this
to your
vehicle
starboard
back
side.
on deck. Be quiet. So, thank you very much, and we will see you again soon.
Yes,
Aloha.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, like that. That's all. Okay, thanks. Second guessing myself.
Deck control, the ship is done a bearing change to 000, so hopefully we'll get her behind the ship. Roger that, understood. Control Van Deck, yes, we're coming up. Did you hold? We're ready to go, just checking. Roger. Deck control, can you reduce jet pump? I'm sorry, that was for the bridge. Herc, can you turn 90 degrees to your starboard? Copy. Go ahead and drive ahead on that. Keep going past the side of the stern there.
Roger.